The Uninvited is a 1944 horror film from the underrated director Lewis Allen. The film centers around two siblings, played by Ray Milland and Ruth Hussey, who decide to buy a house together due to financial reasons. They come across a huge house on the edge of a cliff, and the owner, played by Donald Crisp, is more than happy to get rid of it because his daughter died in the house. Milland starts to notice a young woman staring at the house in the distance, and later finds out it's actually Donald Crisp's granddaughter. The granddaughter has an attraction to the house that Milland and Hussey don't understand. Milland and the granddaughter start up a romance, which her grandfather objects to. Soon Milland and Hussey begin to hear crying in the middle of the night and realize that the house is haunted. This might feel like a jumbled plot, but it really isn't. It's one of those movies I can't really explain. It's simpler just to watch it and discover the plot on your own. The film has a unique atmosphere that's both haunting and magical. At times it feels like a fairy tale, and at others it's really creepy. I've always said the best thing a horror film can do is creep you out. If a film scares you, then it scares you by associating your fear with a certain item. Take for example Insidious. It scares you with a ghost that makes you scared of ghosts rather than a practical environment. So if you don't run into a ghost, you won't be scared. Now with this film, it creeps you out with its atmosphere of loneliness. You might not be afraid of being alone, but it makes you feel a little more uneasy when you are. Uneasiness is harder to kick rather than fear because fear is more irrational, and seeing its rationality will help you get rid of a fear. Uneasiness is based off reality, and it makes it harder to get rid of because of that. With this film, don't expect any jump scares or graphic violence. Expect a slow pace and subtle instances of the paranormal. It treats ghosts like a serious subject. There aren't paranormal experts in the film, so they know as much as a normal person. This makes the characters feel more relatable and makes the film more creepy because we identify with how they feel. They react in ways we'd probably act, with uncertainty and confusion. The special effects are incredible, even for today's standards. They're really impressive. Also, Alan Napier is in this. He's Alfred in the 1960s Batman TV series. Ray Milland, Ruth Hussey, and Donald Crisp give very good performances, but the best actress is Gail Russell. She's curious and sympathetic, but at the same time tortured by her past. It's a shame she didn't have a bigger career, because she does a really good job in this film. This is one of the best classic horror films ever made, easily one of the best ghost films of all time. It was made by Paramount, and its distribution rights are owned by Universal, so many people confuse this with being part of the classic Universal Monsters library. It's not, but it's still one of the best horror films from this period. It's really one of the most underrated films I've ever seen.